All right, so section 9.2, volume of a sphere. Now it's just basically one main formula for us, okay? Let me write that down for us right here. So volume of a sphere is 4/3 pi r cubed. Let me rewrite that a little bit nicer here. 4/3 pi r cubed. Notice in order to find the volume of a sphere, all you need is your radius, okay? Now that's the key thing, the radius, not diameter. So look at the picture. When they give you the pictures, ask yourself, is this a radius or is this a diameter? If you don't remember what a diameter is, it's the length of a circle from one side to the other, the full length. The radius is only half that length, okay? So just in case you didn't remember, but again, they are assuming that you guys do remember your basic geometry stuff, right? So that is our volume of a sphere, 4/3 pi r cubed, okay? Now, you're going to get questions of two types, and I'll write this out again. Notice right here they say, find the volume of each figure, round your answers to the nearest hundredth. So we're going to have decimal answers here, okay? So having a calculator would be helpful, okay? And I'll kind of show us that right now when we get into it. But we're going to have some decimal answers. There's going to be two types of problems. There's going to be these where they want you to give them an answer with just numbers. So notice the options for A, B, C, D, F, G, H, I, etc. They all have just numbers with decimals. And then after that, there's going to be another set of problems which are going to look identical, but the instructions are a little different. It says, find the volume of each figure, round your answers to the nearest hundredth if necessary. Leave your answers in terms of pi. So notice how all the options have a pi in there. In other words, don't multiply by pi. Just figure out 4/3 r cubed and leave the pi next to it. Okay, so we'll work on all that stuff together. But you notice the answers here have like a number and then pi next to it. All right, so let's go back up to the top. And again, the instructions for this is find the volume of the figure, round your answer to the nearest hundredths. Remember, hundredths means you should have two numbers after the decimal. Okay? So round your answer to the nearest hundredths. So just find the volume. So as you guys kind of write out the instruction, let me just do this really quick. Just so we have something to calculate with. All right. So here we go. Let me write down our formula, okay? V equals 4/3 pi r cubed. So this should be pretty easy. Okay, it should be pretty easy, I think. All we need to know is our radius. So look at this picture that we have right here. What is the radius? 3, right? So volume is equal to 4/3 pi 3 cubed. So all I'm going to do is go to my calculator and type that in. 4/3. So I'm going to put in a parenthesis so I know that it's a fraction. 4/3 times pi, which, where is my pi value? Here it is. Shift pi. And then 3 to the third. Whoops. Delete that. And go here. So there it is. 4/3 pi 3 to the third. I'm going to hit enter. And it gives me 113. So let me put a volume here is 113.0973355. They want me to round it to the nearest two, or to 2 digits after the decimal, which means this 7 will make the 9 go up. That'll make it a 0, so it should be a 10 once we're done. So volume is equal to 113.10, or just 1, and that's cubic feet. Okay, so it's going to be G right here. I mean, that's as hard as it well, actually, no. It does get more difficult, I guess you could say. Not really difficult, but there is a different way that you can see a picture that makes it a little more difficult. But it really isn't that difficult. But yeah, that wasn't bad, right? So let's look at, let me try to find one that has, let's look at this one, number 5. Okay? So this is a more difficult problem. So volume is equal to 4/3 pi r cubed. Okay? So what is my radius? Say again? 4, thank you. It's not 8. 8 is the diameter. Okay? D is equal to 8 meters. My diameter is 8 meters. My radius is 4 meters. So that's why this problem would be considered the harder question. And that's not really that much harder, but you know, that's the only change they're going to make to the problem. So now you're just going to go on your calculator, put 4/3. Everybody's calculator can look a little different. Pi, whoops, that's not pi. I hit the wrong one. Here we go. Pi, and then 4 to the 3rd. That's 268.08, so volume is 268.0825. This does not round it, so it's just 268.08 cubic meters. So it's C. Is that pretty easy? Right, it's pretty easy. Just punch in some numbers. That's all you got to do. All right, now let's move on to the ones that are different. I don't want to say they're difficult. All right, so I'll show you the instructions again. We're going to find the volume of each figure. Round your answers to the nearest hundredth, but leave it in terms of pi. Okay, so find the volume of your figure, round your answer to the nearest hundredth, if necessary, but leave your answers in terms of pi. In other words, I'm not going to put pi into my calculation when I'm doing this problem. Okay? I'm just going to do 4/3 r cubed. And the pi I'll put it in later. But just 4/3 r cubed. And then I'll see what answer I get. So let's do one with the diameter first here. Let's do this one right here. So volume equals to 4/3 pi r cubed. What is my r value? 9. Remember, 18 is my diameter. Notice how the red line goes all the way across? That's called your diameter, okay? All the way across is your diameter. Halfway, that's your radius. I need my radius. So they showed me 18 all the way across. Half of that, which is 9, would be my radius, okay? So there we go. Now, on my calculator, I'm only going to put 4/3 times 9 to the 3rd. That's 972. 972 pi. Remember, I didn't put the pi in there, right? So I'm just going to put a pi after it, and that would be miles cubed. And the answer would be right here. So that's the only difference with those other problems, that they're going to have answers with pi in it. You're not going to have to multiply by 3.141592653, right? Don't worry about that number. Just leave it as a symbol, 972 pi. Okay? And we'll do one more. You guys have 10 problems, so you're going to have just 6 to worry about. Let's do this one right here. Bless you. So volume is equal to pi r cubed. Okay. What is my radius here? Yeah, this is 8.4 because notice the red line does not go all the way across. It's just halfway. That means it's a radius. Okay? If it would have gone all the way across, then you'd have to get 8.4 and divide it by 2. Okay? But it only went halfway. So now I'm just going to go to my calculator and type in 4/3. That's my fraction. Times 8.4 to the third power. I'm leaving out the pi. Okay? So I get 790.272 pi. But remember, they want me only to round it to the nearest hundredth. So that means I don't need a 0.272. I just need two numbers at the end. So 0.27 is what it's going to round to. So 790.27 pi centimeters cubed. And that would be this letter here. Okay? So like I said, I'm making you guys do this right now because there's really no reason why you can't get it done. We have 28 minutes to do probably 10 minutes or less worth of work. So let's get it done. If you have your computer, bring that out. If you have your phone, bring that out. I'm going to be checking progress, okay, just to make sure I get on those that are not doing it. So make sure you guys are working on that. It's easiest on your computer, but it is possible to do it on your phone.